Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. Thank you for your patience with my really, really flexible start time. I'm not ready till I'm ready, so some days that's later than others. But this is the first group healing of 2023. Oh, yes. Love you. Thank you for my confirmation. This is the first group healing of 2024. I think I said 2020. 2024. Welcome to 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. Of course, this healing will be useful whenever, if you want to do it later at any point as a video. Yay. Oh, and confirming the sound and picture, rock and roll. Yeah, that's not always so good, so it's good to hear. Okay, so this is the first in the set of 3 healings. Obviously, it's a triplet set, obvious for most people, but for newcomers, you are welcome as well. And I apologize in advance because some of these terms might be a little odd. I do make up a lot of terms. But you can always ask questions if you don't understand something, especially later when it's posted as a video. You can post under the video a question. Okay, so the theme for this whole month actually is a theme that I think is especially fun in January, but it actually would be good at any time. Positive change, confidence, and purpose. In the new year or in general or whatever. But yeah, positive change, confidence, and purpose. This is a smoky sighting. So for those of you who say I never show my cats, we only have one that's in the body still, and this is him. Smoky, Moky, Moky. Hello, Moky, Mo. He's a good cuddler. He's a very good cuddler, although now is not really a good time for that. So hopefully he goes somewhere else. Okay, so the basics of how we're going to work positive change, confidence, and flow today. We're going to do overall repair and flow. We're going to do making sure the quantity of gold light that you're generating is enough. You generate all sorts of different rainbow colors of energy with your chakras. That's all important. But the gold light that you generate with your creative rings and your manifestation wings that's like, I would say, extra helpful when you're trying to just do things that for you are extraordinary. So I think that's going to be on the definite list for today, is working on the quantity of gold. Are you generating enough gold light with your creative rings and your manifestation wings? Non-resistance, because it is definitely possible that maybe it's conscious or maybe a lot of it's subconscious, so you're not aware you're doing it, but you're kind of like gripping onto the way things are now and accidentally slowing your progress or stopping your progress. You know, like subconscious fear of the unknown, stuff like that. So we're going to work that, non-resistance, fear of change, all that. Shoulder meridians, just really acupuncture points within traditional Chinese medicine, meridians located around the shoulders. We're going to do those too, because they're cool. But also I think if you are trying to do extraordinary things, lightening up around your shoulders can help flow in important ways, help you be present, help you get stuff done in important ways. Sneaky biting cords. So those are the basics of how we're going to do it. And I did want to say just in general that I don't know if everyone noticed, because I don't know. You know, I just want to make sure you know, I did make short videos, like about 2 weeks ago, I guess now. It was on Christmas Day, but that's not really a thing for me. I don't celebrate Christmas, but, you know, it was December 24th, 2023. so, like 2 weeks ago. I made 3 I did 3 short live streams that are now 3 short walkthroughs that you could use. And I'm going to be doing more of those this year. And so I started a playlist for them all, like shorter walkthroughs for 2024. And those are in there even though it wasn't yet 2024. But yeah, there's one 11-minute one that has grounding and unblocking inner flow river and chaos boundary wall. And then there's one in there that has some chakra unblocking and chakra alignment kind of stuff. And then there's a longer one, because those first 2 are 11 minutes each. But then there's a longer one that's 35 minutes long or so, and that has all the shoulder meridians. At some point, I may do an even shorter one that has all the shoulder, acupuncture points in certain meridians going through the shoulders. So we'll see. But I am ready to do that in a lot of different live streams, the shoulder points. Because I have a cheat sheet, so it's going to be easier for me. See, like the writing right below me there? See all that? So shoulder swoop, gallbladder, blah, 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 shoulder bridge, Sanjiao, blah, 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 shoulder zigzag, small intestine, blah, blah, blah. So it shows the actual point numbers and everything. So you don't have to know point numbers, but it's fun. And it reminds me of, my cute little names and the name of the meridian and all that. So whenever I want to do shoulder points, I can just pull that up, and it's a nice little handy reference. And if you wanted a handy reference like that without doing a video, you could just take a screen print, of this when, like later, if you know how to do a screen print, later when this is a video, like right now, you can just do a screen print of that, or just write it down for yourself. But this is nice because it shows the diagram of the guy and where they are, the points are, and then it shows, and the color of each meridian. I tried to reflect that in the text. So yeah, that's fun. All right. So yeah, this is exciting. It's an exciting theme. It is possible to do change that is, that's noticeable to you. That's like, oh wow, I couldn't have done that before. And that's sort of what we're aiming for with this month of healings. This set and the next set this month is just like, I want you to be able to wow yourself. Confidence, of course, is always great to have more of that, and a sense of purpose. Those are both 7th chakra stuff, so that won't be really brain surgery to work on. That's easier to work on. It's just 7th chakra work, and maybe GV meridian and that GV 20 point right there. But yeah, so we'll work both that. The confidence and purpose I sort of see as one side of the theme, and then the positive change is sort of kind of the magic sauce there. Not magic, but you have to kind of break down some of your inner walls to free yourself enough to have change that is pleasantly surprising to even you. Oh, and I did want to show flowers. Look at that. My amaryllis bulbs. I got 2 amaryllis bulbs, and one of them is very tall. Not even in camera. There we go. It's going to be 2 different stalks. This one I didn't have under a grow light, so it got really tall. But this one, I purposefully wanted one to bloom before the other, so. But this one, since it was under a grow light, it didn't get crazy tall like that. But anyway, so pretty cool. It's already 3 are blooming, but there's going to be a 4th. So that's kind of fun. Amaryllis bulbs, I know for some people that's like, oh yeah, pretty but not a huge deal. I get amaryllis bulbs every winter, Janet. But I couldn't because Zen would have killed this in like an instant, being on my counter. So, but she's an angel cat now, so she crossed over this year, actually. So less than 6 months ago, less than 3 months ago, probably. So it's very new for me to be able to have something living on my counter for more than, 20 minutes. So I'm excited. I mean, obviously I miss Zen. She's here, but, she's not in the body, so I miss that part. But this is a nice constellation card to be able to have cool flowers that just stay on the counter and don't get destroyed. Because the other flowers that I've had, that I've showed you in live streams, like right after the live stream, I take it and I put it on like a bathroom shelf that's high up that she can't reach, which is like one of the only safe places in the house, which was one of the only safe places in the house because of her desire to devour things. I am probably going to have to move it out of camera though for most of the time because those pots are kind of big. And I need to see all the people I'm healing. In this set, I will be healing 130 people that purchased this set 2 months ago on November 15th. This one sold. And the 130 people, they're located in 12 different countries currently. And it includes 14 kids, ages 4 to 17. And the countries, it's 98 people in the US, 6 in Qatar, 6 in the United Arab Emirates, 5 in the UK, 4 in Canada, 3 in Ukraine, 2 in Bermuda, 2 in Spain, 2 in South Korea, 1 in Germany, 1 in Indonesia, and 1 in New Zealand. So hello to everybody that I'll be healing in this today's healing and the other 2 in this set. I'm happy to work with you guys. And the next time healings go up for sale on my website would be on the 15th. It's every month on the 15th. So January 15th is when March 2024 healings go up for sale on my website. jwhealing.com is the name of my new website. Just like the new name of this YouTube channel, JW Healing, for Janet Wright Healing. Okay, so I will quickly look at comments. You can see and hear you. Hello from Ottawa. Thank you for the confirmation, the detailed confirmation. You can see and hear you. Hey Janet, we can see and hear you. Chicago, 30 Fahrenheit and sunny. We're a little warmer than that, probably in the high 40s maybe. Hey Janet, hey everyone. Have a great healing. Hello to you. Hi Janet, happy to tune in from Washington State. Cloudy and 44. Yeah, that's probably what we are. I'm also in Washington State. I really enjoyed the short videos. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I was hoping. I think I've enjoyed them so far, actually. I've been using them too. They're in a playlist, which I kind of like too. Because if I'm just not paying attention 100%, the fact that it'll just go to the next and go to the next, and then if I want to just rewind that one when it's done, so I like that. They're all in the playlist. The short ones, new short ones. I do have a playlist of like older short ones, but I'd have to dig that up if someone wants that. Hello, Janet. Happy to see and hear you. Happy to see you. Very excited for the theme. Yes, those videos totally made my day. Oh, that's nice. I can see and hear you from Evergreen, Colorado. 29 and sunny. It's a little chilly. But that's nice to get sun. We don't. We don't for like the next couple months. It's like really important to use the sunlight lamp. But I even have it on now as part of my like lighting for the triplet set. Trick your brain into thinking that you're out in the sun. Alrighty, so good. So I will be quiet as I finish my prep for about 3 minutes, and then we'll do. Oh, and the kids are quieter now. So everybody, if you're worried about that, I'll play the kids once. The congratulations, great job thing. So you can confirm that they're not too loud for me if you want. Oddly enough, I'm back to not being able to hear that for some reason. So I will need you to confirm that they're not screaming. Confirm for me that they're not like screaming loud kids. They're just like happy, medium volume cheering. So I won't use that again until I hear from you guys. Because they're not too loud. Okay, thanks. Hopefully I get more confirmations about that. Because that one time, I think it was the last group healing, it was like really jarring even for me. I was like, whoa. Way too loud. Not too loud, perfect. Okay, good. Alright, phew. I'm not trying to freak everybody out with that one. Just a good cheer. Okay, nice. Yeah, that picture is a miracle from my garden. Back in summertime. Alright. Excellent. Good, good, good. Alright, so I will actually be quiet. Just for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna thanks for my little hearts. I'm going to put that it's quiet time, even though like you guys know that, because it helps me later when I'm doing the timestamps also to see like, okay, what am I doing when? So there we go, 3 minutes of quiet. Towards the end of that, I'll start the healing. You know I've started it because you see me going like this, and then I'll start talking and I'll explain out loud what I'm doing as we do it. And then, that's the way the whole live stream will go. Me doing the healing and explaining as I do it, and if you want, you can use that as a walkthrough and heal yourself as you watch. And we will heal all sorts of cool things like unblocking grounding, unblocking chakras, but many things. Cool stuff. Alright, so now we'll actually be quiet, like the message says. Okay, thanks for waiting. So I'm going to do something quickly. So I want to do the 4 essentials that I used to do, but quickly, not like I used to talk a ton and do it, and it would just, I would even bored myself. I mean, I was doing a lot of major healing at the time, but listening back to it, it's like, oh God, you know, so much repeated verbal information. So I'm just gonna like not talk much. And you know, if you don't know the basics on this, there are other videos that I'll link below, like quick, you know, like that quick 11-minute one that does a lot, and you know, whatever. So this won't be a lot of talking. I'm just gonna blow through the 4 essentials, which are grounding. How do I want to do it? Yeah, creative ring repair, aura repair, and chakra repair. All right. So yeah. So grounding. Just remake your groundings, make them really big and wide as you know, your stretched out hands, so that they ground both your auras, astral body and physical body aura. Connections all the way down to the core of the earth, so wide all the way down to the core of the earth. And you make a copy out in front of you of what you're healing, if you want. And it's a good way to, that way you can comb through it. You melt the blocks in your grounding with your hands, with gold light coming out of your hands, coming out of your hand chakras and your fingertip chakras. Set those chakras to a metallic gold color. So we're unlocking grounding right now. And indie grounding, you just check the outer perimeter of your groundings and melt away anything that's attached to them. Any objects, hard objects sticking out of them, anybody's grounding that's linked to yours, just melt that away with gold light. You want your grounding, check, I like imagining the grounding in 4 quarters, so the front, left, and right quarter, and then the back, left, and right quarter, just to make sure that you're all really flowing downward quickly. And the center, I like to check that especially as well. And just unblock as needed, so the velocity of, you know, the downward flow is the same all the way around. Okay, so that's good enough. Quick grounding. Creative ring repair. So creative ring repair, my abbreviation is just CR for creative rings. So creative rings are 3 gold rings above your head, 1, 2, 3. They generate a lot of gold light. So you imagine a copy of those out in front of you, and they could be shattered, they could be cracked, they could just have a lot of junk on them. So use so much gold light that you're burning it all off, and so your rings start to grow back, like any cracks start to fill in, repair. Unblock the inner part of the rings too, because you can get like weird crusty hardness inside the rings. I want them to be 3 separate gold rings that are shiny and unblocked and whole. You don't want cracks. I mentioned in the intro, you know, we're going to make sure you're generating enough gold light. So this is part of how, if you unblock and repair your creative rings enough. So as part of creative ring unblocking, you can also just imagine your creative rings and then your 7th chakra right under it. So creative rings and then 7 chakras in the top of your head, round opening the top, round opening the bottom there. So just imagine sticky gold wax throughout your creative rings and throughout your 7 chakras, astral and physical. Just have the sticky gold wax stick to cords from other people, invasive beings, invasive people, hard objects, everything. That's not you. That's healthy and gentle to get rid of right now. And then that sticky gold wax, just move out the wax with all that junk with your angels. Angels, here you go. So again, sticky gold wax, your creative rings, and your 7 chakras. Move out all the junk with the wax. Angels, here you go. And again, 7th chakra is really important for this theme. Confidence and purpose are predominantly your 7th chakra in the top of your head. So we could do a little bit extra, I guess, repair of your... No, fuck that. Excuse my French. Let's just keep going. I wanted this to be quick, so... So aura repair, so I just put auras there, but aura repair, so you can comb through all your auras. You have 17 auras, 15 Wei-Chi auras, and then your astral body aura and your physical body aura. So any of those can get ripped, can get blocked up. And the holidays, the winter holidays, can be pretty vicious because people can get a lot of inner baggage triggered, and then so you might need a lot of aura repair. So you just there's so much gold light that all the rips get washed out and then they start going back. So one way to repair auras is just to do it locally like I'm doing right now, and you just find the little rips and wash them out and keep using so much gold light that they grow back. There's no more rip. But in case you missed some, we'll also do composite copy technique, where you imagine one rip that represents, with your intention, you say, okay, this represents all the rips in all my 17 auras that are still there, and then that are healthy and gentle to repair right now. And then you're going to clean out that rip, fill it with sticky gold wax, have the wax stick to all that junk that's there, and lift out the junk, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So again, fill up your composite copy rip with sticky gold wax, lift out the chunk. Angels, here you go. And then use so much gold light. You say, angels, if there are any invasive beings or invasive people in the way of this aura repair, can you please help me with that? Angels, can you help me with this? Definitely say angels, not like anything out there. No. So, aura repair. So you can have hardness even though you've repaired the rips. You can have leftover hardness either in the edge of one of your auras or inside in a couple layers in a row somewhere in your auras. So just imagine any hardness still in your aura or on the outside of your aura. Just pile it all in one place and melt it with gold light. You don't want leftover hardness because that's a weak spot in your aura. So any hardness in any of your auras, just make a big pile. Just say, angels, is it okay to heal all this? And then just melt it all away. Any hardness in your auras, just make a big pile and melt it away. All right, great job. So then, one last chakra repair. So we will do a composite copy of chakra repair. So you make one image out in front of you of a chakra, and with your intention, you have it represent all of your major and minor chakras in your body and spirit. Basic shape is an open cylinder. Obviously, some are bigger and smaller and whatever. So, but you just have your one composite copy chakra and say, okay, this represents all my major and minor chakras in my body and the spirit, and as I repair this, I'm repairing all of those chakras all at once. To the extent it's healthy and gentle to do right now. Why is that important? Mostly for the body chakras. Sometimes, you know, there's only so much that is good for you to clear out of your body at one time. Yeah, so repairing is like maybe there's chunks missing or cracks. So you want to clean it out so well that the gold light then repairs that part of the chakra. Of course, you're going to melt cords with the gold light as you're working. So you can have pairs of cords from a person or from an invasive being going in to either end. So just melt away the cords. And just, here you go. If you have any invasive beings, you can just imagine them like ice cubes, like freeze them like ice cubes, and then just gather them up and say, angels, can you please recycle these beings? Gather them up, angels, can you recycle these beings? Gather them up, angels, can you recycle these beings? You don't feel like being that direct. I think that's sort of healthy to be that self-assertive and just freeze them and hand them off to your angels. But if you don't feel like, you know, like if you're a little stuck in fear or something about it, you could say, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with my chakras right now, can you please recycle them? And Seeking Gold wax is good too. Just, you know, have the wax stick to any junk, any cords, anything that's not you in these chakras, and lift out the wax and the junk all in a big lump. Give to your angels, angels, here you go. Lift out the wax and the junk from your chakras, angels, here you go. No cords. You can have hard objects stuck in the chakra, like you know, like a spear kind of a thing, or like a wedge, like a razor blade kind of. So just imagine any hard objects in or around your chakras, and just surround them in so much gold light that they ease out. And just, here you go. Imagine the hard objects in or around your chakras. Lift them out with gold light, and just, here you go. And then just do a little extra repair now that they're gone. And again, I said that in the intro that it would be nice if you could surprise yourself this month with, you know, the positive change that you do. So just as you're imagining all your chakras with this composite copy chakra, just imagine the burdens, the energy blocks that you would need to clear, that are healthy and gentle to clear right now, that can contribute to that level of positive change where you yourself are positively surprised. So imagine those blocks that are healthy and gentle to clear right now. That would help with that level of positive change. And just lift those out. You can melt them away with gold light, or you can lift them out and hand them to your angels. Angels, can you help me with these? You can lift them out if you're healing yourself, and you can blow them up. Whatever is good for you, whatever amuses you. Okay, so that's chakra repair and unblocking. So that's the little 4 essentials, but faster than I used to do it. So Chaos Boundary Wall, CBW. Let's do that. Sometimes that can you can do chaos boundary wall instead of your 4 essentials, but the winter holidays can be so rough as far as like how invasive and aggressive people are subconsciously with each other that I thought it'd be helpful to do both 4 essentials quickly and also this stuff. So chaos boundary wall, you just imagine like a big flowing gold wall that represents all your boundaries. So auras, chakras, everything, grounding. So you just run gold light through your chaos boundary wall. Again, this is your boundaries with invasive energies or external energies, any external energies. And just look for like the weakest part in your chaos boundary wall and wash that out. And clean it out enough so that it just starts repairing and growing back. Getting stronger. Find another weak spot in your chaos boundary wall. Do the same thing, wash out with gold light until it repairs. Another fun thing to do with chaos boundary wall, well, fun in like a geeky way, if you're in the mood for it, is like you can imagine a chaos boundary wall for your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Because sometimes people might have damage to one or the other, and if you look at it separate like that, sometimes it's more noticeable and easier to work on. So a chaos boundary wall representing the boundaries for your conscious mind, like your boundaries with external energies, and the chaos boundary wall for your subconscious mind. So the boundaries that your subconscious has with external, anything external to you. And just look for the weakest part in any of that and just wash it out and repair it. So right now I'm working on the chaos boundary wall for the subconscious mind. I'm washing out the weak spots. The weak spots can look like big gashes or slashes. If there's anything kind of spinning there, that can be an invasive being or several invasive beings or invasive people. If you can say, angels, can you recycle all the invasive beings messing with boundaries, either of these boundary walls? And again, you don't have a literal boundary wall. This is a convenient representation. So just like that one composite copy chakra we did use for chakra repair represented all your major and minor chakras, this chaos boundary wall represents all components of your energy system that help you with boundaries. So again, I'm working chaos boundary wall for your subconscious mind. And just repairing it, lots of gold light. And then conscious mind, chaos boundary wall. Just using lots of gold light, repairing any weak spots there too. All right. So now we'll unblock the inner flow river. And again, this is another one of those convenient representations. So I don't know if it helps, but we'll try that river thing. What is that one? Let's see. No, we won't do it because I can't find it. Sorry. Oh, there we go. So you just imagine one river that represents everything within you that should be flowing, which is everything. So even the energy flow within your nervous system, the energy flow within your bones, the energy flow within your organs, your meridians, your chakras, your auras, your grounding, etc. Right? These on your body. So just imagine a river and look for is the volume enough? The quantity of energy, is that enough? And also the flow, is it unblocked enough throughout the flow of the river? So right now I'm just unblocking clogs that I see in this inner flow river. And again, you can imagine that pleasant surprise level of positive change, and what's the quantity of your life force that you're going to need to have for that, to make that happen. And so see that as, like, imagine that as the volume of the river, how much water is in that river, and then so that's how much you need, but how much is really there? Is there not as much as you need? And if so, there could be a block like right towards the start of the river, which could represent some blocked up chakras or all sorts of things. So you don't have to think about what it literally is, but you can unblock the start of the river enough so that your river has more flow, more volume of water, more quantity of your energy. And then again, check for blocks within the river. And again, you want it clear. There could be some that, you're not planning on clearing, you're just like planning on subconsciously avoiding for another decade, But it could be healthy and gentle to clear right now, and it'll give you that pleasant surprise level of positive change. Like, wow, that's pretty cool. So look for those clogs in your inner flow river and melt away those. Okay, good job. So I just want to check chakra alignment of the major chakras along the spine. We already repaired creative rings, and we worked the 7th chakra in that little time when we were working creative rings, but let me heal your 7th chakra. 7th chakra is oriented this way, in the top of your head, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way, around, putting in the front and the back. So heal your 7th chakra. Ideal color for your 7th chakra is any shade of purple that you like. So just set your 7th to purple if you want. And you just kind of heal it until it clicks into alignment. You can just hear it as like a click, like a seatbelt click, Or just use your intuition, but if you feel like you don't have good intuition, just keep healing it. And you unblock your 7th, like around the round openings, so at the bottom and at the top. Unblock your 7th chakra. And again, you want that positive change, so you're going to have to just do more clearing than you would normally, in order to create that kind of wow level change. So still healthy and gentle though, but just some stuff that you would have avoided, stop avoiding it. tease it out of your 7th chakra and melt it away. Okay, so 7. And your creative ring should be unblocked enough so that when your 7th chakra shoots your energy upward, it's supposed to go all through your creative rings. And so you don't want the inside of your creative rings to be blocked. So that creates a really weird feeling. There we go. And unblock the whole route up there. So then more chakra alignment, so 7, 6, 5, 4. So you just run so much gold light through these chakras that they click into alignment with where you have your creative rings in your 7th chakra. So like physically they could be like, this could be your 7, but then maybe your 6 is not right under it. It's like a little bit weird like that or a little bit like that. So it's a literal alignment. And you just heal and unblock your chakras and it'll help them pop into place. So 6, 5 in the throat, 6 is in the forehead, 5 in the throat, 4 in the center of the chest, motivation, enthusiasm, positive thinking, self-love, self-care. 4th chakra, unblock your 4th chakra in the front and back. Nice color for your 4th is any shade of green that you want. Melt cords from other people going into your 4th. You have 2 4th chakras, of course, you have 2 sets of these major chakras, astral and physical. So 4th, 3rd. 3rd is where your solar plexus ends right there. It has to do with taking action, getting shit done. 2nd chakra, below your belly button, has to do with emotional wellness, emotional strength, sensuality, sensual appreciation, like appreciating fabrics and taste. Sexuality as well, 2nd chakra. So unblock that. And just imagine 2nd chakra, heal it until it kind of clicks into place with the others. And then 1st chakra, the base of the spine, courage, safety, and abundance. Red is a great color for your 1st chakra. If you need these colors, I have a chakra handout that I could email you for free. So you could email me and ask for the free chakra handout. It's like a little email attachment. Anyway, red, 1st chakra. Set it to your favorite shade of red and unblock it. Melt away any fears. Blocks in this chakra tend to be fear. So just melt that stuff away. Could be abundance blocks. Just melt it away. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get 1 in place, 1st chakra. And then Kundalini chakra beneath it. Get that into place. It's the same orientation. Red is also an ideal color for your Kundalini chakra. It's smaller. It's about half the size of your 1st chakra. So you don't unblock it enough. And unless you're having like a romantic moment, low speed, low medium is probably nice for the Kundalini chakra. If you're trying to sleep, then off is great for your Kundalini chakra. Like have it not spin at all your Kundalini chakras. You don't want that Kundalini energy that'll keep you awake. But while you're awake, it's a nice little peppiness if you keep it low. So Kundalini chakra is what I'm healing and repairing and unblocking really quickly. Melting cords going to do it. Gold light. You want earth energy from your legs going up into red earth energy, coming up your legs and going up into the front of both your first chakra and your Kundalini chakra. All right, good enough. So that was chakra alignment. So let's do let's do shoulder points, acupuncture points in meridians going through the shoulders. So the shoulder swoop is that, do you want to do GV first? Let's see. Looking at a sample person for a second. Yeah, no. I'm just doing these shoulder points first. So the swoop, shoulder swoop, is what I call gallbladder 19 to 21. So if you look at the diagram, that center line going down the head and down the back, that's looks gray in the diagram. That's your GV meridian, governing vessel meridian. You go out one from that on either side. That's yellow. That yellow line, that's your urinary bladder meridian. You go out one from that, and then there's this dark greenish, green, blue, teal color meridian right there in the diagram, and that's your gallbladder meridian. And there are 2 points of that gallbladder meridian, again, that green, teal diagram, green, teal, illustration there. 2 points at the base of the skull. That the higher one is 19, the lower one on the base of the skull is 20, and then the meridian goes down the neck and towards the front of the shoulder, and that is what I'm calling the shoulder swoop. So 19, 20, and then shoulder swoop to 21, gallbladder 21. So I'm just going to repair gallbladder 19, 20, and 21. Repair and block. So it's like a river, and in reality, on an energy level, it should be red. All these meridians should be red. The body stuff should be red. These traditional Chinese medicine meridians. So these little points, the dots on the diagram, they're actually chakras. Acupuncture points are minor chakras, smaller chakras. And so the 19, 20, and then 21 is in front, like a little bit at an angle. So you don't have to worry about that. Just imagine the cylinder shape, and if it's smashed up or blocked in some way, just use lots of gold light to kill it and repair it. And just kind of burn out if there's any hard objects stuck in it. Just burn those out with lots of gold light. Again, this is the shoulder swoop. What I call the shoulder swoop, which is gallbladder 19, 20, and 21. And the whole meridian as it goes, that part of gallbladder meridian as it goes forward. And the aura, just the aura near it, up against the skin and a little bit out from there, You want to make sure that's flowing and not blocked up as well. So your auras around the shoulder scoop area, unblock those. Okay, so we could do more of that, but I think the other points will support what we're doing as well. So we'll move on to the other shoulder points. So the next one is, I have it in bright turquoise there, shoulder bridge, Sanjiao 14 and 15. So I have bridge SJ 14, 15. So that means that turquoise, bright turquoise meridian that you see in the diagram, it's going up the outer part of the upper arm there. So 19 is right here in the upper arm, that dot, and then, I'm sorry, 13 is there, and then 14, 15 is that, I'm calling it the shoulder bridge, where the turquoise line is right, goes right along the top of the shoulder. Those 2 points right there, that's Sanjiao 14 and Sanjiao 15. So, you get a lot of pressure on those points. So just feel them and then also unblock your auras around those points. If you have any invasive beings, like sort of seeped into those points, just say, angels, heal yourself on the invasive beings around these shoulder points. Just let you just do that work for you. Again, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with any of my shoulder points, can you please recycle them? Again, I'm doing the shoulder bridge, Sanjiao. And Sanjiao 15. And the aura in that area, your auras in that area, you get a lot of just hard bars of energy right there. It's hardened up. So just melt those away. You could also do some physical little massage too at the same time, but you don't have to. Again, your auras around the shoulder bridge area, Sanjiao 14 and 15, and also Sanjiao 14 and 15 themselves. Whoa! Okay, and then the third one there, written in brown, which also indicates the brown meridian there on the diagram. I'm calling it the zigzag, the shoulder zigzag, which is small intestine meridian, points 9 through points 15. So point 9 is that one, the dot right by the armpit back there. And I didn't even think that would be part of the shoulder zigzag, but then physically when I touched that area, I'm like, ooh, that's tight. So your shoulder zigzag, small intestine points 9 through 15, shown in the diagram by that zigzaggy brown line with the dots. So just repair all those chakras with gold light. The direction of that is towards, inward. So it starts at the small intestine 9 by the armpit. And then it goes up and in. And again, this isn't the beginning of the small intestine meridian, but it's just the part that, so the whole meridian helps, and if we had a million years right now, I would do the whole meridian and all the points, but sometimes you just gotta take a shortcut. Okay, so that's the shoulder zigzag area, and again behind that, your aura is behind your shoulder zigzag area. Just imagine any hardness there. You can say angels if there are any invasive beings or invasive people messing with my shoulder zigzag area. Can you please recycle the beings and help me get rid of the people? Just going through that part of your auras and melt away any blocks there. All right, good job. Woohoo! So my celebration. So yeah, I have lots of different ways to celebrate now. So great job with all that shoulder stuff we just did. Let's see. Great job with all the shoulder work. You're amazing. Woohoo! Some happy butterflies there for you. So that was the shoulder points we just finished. Let's see what I want to do now. So, I'll make this fit. There's a fun little process that I started doing recently that I enjoy doing. So first I'll explain it. Yay! Okay, so you know, people can throw wax towards you, and it's like a blast of energy, right? And there can be wax that are kind of on the way to you that haven't gotten yet to you. You know, people can sort of like machine gun it, you know, over in your direction, and then, I mean, obviously, I would never recommend anybody do this because you're really ruining your karma and you're attracting a lot of dark spirits to you by doing stuff like this. So it's really not wise to do, but you probably know people who do this subconsciously because they're stuck in rage or sadness or betrayal energy or whatever they're stuck in. So, but anyways, you can have a bunch of wax that, you know, blasts of energy. Maybe some are still coming into your space, or maybe some haven't even gotten yet to you, but they're out of that person's space. They're sort of like missiles on the way to you, you know? But then there could be hard objects too that someone threw. So like an energy blast is more like a, you know, a blast of air, but it's really forceful. But a hard object is more solid, and they can come with the blast, and it's like a spear or something, or a big, you know, razor blade kind of hard object. And so there could be some that's already in your space, some that's like just sort of headed or halfway in your space, and some that haven't even reached you yet. But they're out of that person's space. They're just on the way. And then there's energy dumps. People can dump energy in your space. Some it's already in your space. Some is like queued up above your aura, hasn't quite gotten in yet. Some of it's just on the way. So I think it's kind of fun to proactively destroy all that stuff. Bam, bam, bam. You know, all at once. And I think too, it's kind of, it may stop whoever's doing it sort of in their tracks. Like they might be like, whoa, and then like after a while of you doing it, they may realize like, well, that sucks, but I'm kind of wasting my time, you know, because it's like it takes them seconds to destroy stuff that I spend an hour raging about, you know, and sending to them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just, you know, destroy these things really like quickly and easily. So it's fun. It's worth doing. If you have no one punishing you or dumping energy on you and no hard objects, I don't think there's a person like that, at least that I'm feeling. So, just for context. You may not want to think about that, but, you know, people sometimes, they don't know consciously they're doing it most of the time, and often they're not even consciously particularly angry at you. It's a part of them that they've walled off, that they are in denial about. So that's how people can get that stuck in order to like whack you and throw hard objects at you for, you know, 5 times a day, every day. You know, is that they have a part of them walled off and they don't know they're doing it and they're not healing that part of them. And so that part of them is really pretty vengeful or bitter or whatever, punishing. Okay, so fabulous. Not your problem. You're not responsible for, you know, their therapy, and a lot of those people, they're not trying to know that they're doing that, so it's not like going to help you to point it out to them in most cases. So yeah, this is the realistic solution. Is to just get used to destroying it all in like seconds, you know, so that, you know, life is easier and gentler for you. Okay, so that was explaining. So this is the doing. So we're already grounded. If you know you're not grounded, just recreate your grounding: red, orange, or yellow. 2 groundings, 1 for astral, 1 for physical. Red, orange, yellow, big flow, all the way down to the core of the earth. So behind you, in front of you, everywhere. Big grounding, right? And you're present, check in, just be in your legs, feel your ankles. You know, present, flowy, 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 right? You can be flowy. You don't have to match whatever bitterness or whatever that's, you know, some people have in your life or whatever. Just it's okay. Give yourself a hug. Right? However, there could be some whacks that maybe are not destroyed. They're like still kind of blasting your space, or they're on the way. So any blasts of energy, whacks, you can just line them up. Any that were sent to you that haven't yet sort of dissipated, right? So any blasts of energy, just freeze them and line them up, and then just blow them up or melt them with gold light. If you're healing someone else, don't blow up their stuff. You can melt it with gold light though. But anyway, just blow up or melt with gold light all the wax that are on the way to you, that have already been sent. Maybe they haven't gotten to you, or they're partially in your space. So all the wax that are on the way to you or whatever, just melt them all away. Take a couple of breaths again, hug yourself a little, it's all right, you're safe, it's okay. Roll your hips, be in your hips, be in your toes. Okay, so that was wax and hard objects, same deal. Just imagine you can line them up like a bunch of spears, a bunch of razor blades, a bunch of whatever, a bunch of rocks, you know, whatever hard objects that were thrown at you. Maybe some are fully in your space already. You can destroy those too pretty easily. So just imagine them all. And you can imagine it as a composite too. So this is the composite hard object that represents all the hard objects that are in your space, but also on the way to you. And just blow that puppy up, or just melt it with so much gold light, burn it up. It's gone, right? So just imagine again all the hard objects that are either lodged in your energy field already, halfway in, or on the way. They've already been thrown, and just melt it away. So you're not doing anything to the people that are sending them. No. karma takes care of them. Don't worry about that. But just all those hard objects that were sent to you, thrown at you, just melt them away in an instant. So much slow light that they melt away. All those hard objects on the way to you or already in your space, just melt them all up. Couple deep breaths. And energy dumps, same idea. So just imagine all the dumped energy. You can imagine like piles of laundry or piles of rocks or whatever. But just all the dumps that maybe they're not fully in your space or they're not at all, they haven't reached you yet, or they are in your space, like sitting right in front of your belly or something, or in your grounding or behind your head. So all those dumps that were sent to you that still exist, just melt them away, lots of cold light. Just let them melt into nothing. If you have any that aren't melting, just say, angels, can you help me with these? Okay, so all that dumped energy that was sent to you that hasn't even reached you or that is in your space already, just melt it all away. Melt all the dumped energy. Okay, all that dumped energy that's on the way to you or that's already reached you from other people. Just use so much gold light that it just melts away. Again, if you have any dumped energy that's not dissolving, just give it to your angels. Angels can help you with this. And you can do it a little faster than I just did, probably. You can freestyle that whenever you want. I suggest doing all three, like don't just do one thing, because you may as well get it all. So then just comb through everything, your auras, your chakras, your groundings. Redo your gold buffer zones. Check your groundings, unblock them. So we did this melting denial prisons. We did that in December last month in the last healing. It's essentially like 2 big blocks, but I think it can be feel more real. So it's like you can have these blocks that are triggered and people are courting them, and it just creates this kind of overwhelming feeling, and it's like as if you're in this room kind of spinning around trying to get out and you can't get out. It's like creates a sort of frenetic feeling. And so the idea is you can lift out those walls of the prison and blow them up or melt them with gold light, or you can just melt the cords from other people going into the denial prison. And a lot of times that's enough to sort of liquefy the walls and they melt away. But I kind of, I go through different moods. Lately I like lifting off the walls of the prison. So that would be like lifting off your 2 big blocks and just melting them. So you imagine, okay, if you're in any little prison right now, any energy prison, so we've morphed into doing now. So just imagine like you know, are there any too big blocks, any baggage of yours that's making you feel really penned in, really even subconsciously, you know, kind of jumpy or trapped or feeling like, you know, something just isn't going to get resolved. And so you could imagine like you're in this little room and you're trying to get out, and just the room is your baggage, you know, the walls and the ceiling, everything that's restricted, that's your old baggage. So just, you can surround that in gold light and lift it off of you. And then once it's off of you, sometimes that's easier to melt away. Gold light in your hands. Or you can imagine, you know, you are there, and then you have those prison walls around you of your baggage that's triggered. Just lift off the prison walls and say, angels, can you help me with this? Take a couple deep breaths. Because, you know, keep in mind, this could be past life baggage from several lives. I mean, it could be some pretty big stuff that you're lifting off. Your intention is you're doing what's healthy and gentle, but still, there's a lot that you can do within that. So, you know, take your deep breaths. You know, you don't have to rush yourself through this. Okay, so imagine yourself, a little mini you, and if there's anything that's kind of restricting you, maybe you feel trapped, maybe you feel like positive change isn't possible for you, just imagine those little prison walls of your baggage and lift those out and melt them away with lots of gold light. So again, imagine little mini you, a mini version of you, and just imagine, you know, any kind of restricted baggage that you have that's making you feel like you can't have positive change isn't ever going to happen for you. And you could, you know, imagine the cords from other people going into those walls and melt those walls, melt the cords. Or you could just, you know, go right for the walls and just melt them away with gold light, or lift them off and melt them with gold light. Lift off the walls, melt them with gold light. Lift off the walls, hand your angels, angels, can help you with these. Couple deep breaths. So again, imagine a little mini version of you, and imagine whatever baggage is making change not happen for you. Positive change that's good for you, that your angels and you want for you. But you could have baggage in the way still, inner baggage. And so if it's healthy and gentle to remove, just imagine it, and then just surround in so much gold light and lift it off. And say, angels, can you help me with this? Good job. Good job, good job. So let's do some confetti. Yay, good job, good job. I love that confetti. I'm going to do it again. Okay, so good job with the melting the analysis. You're awesome. Okay, so we're going to heal walled off parts of you. We're going to heal walled off parts of you that you may not be aware of, or you may be just, you know, really, maybe a long time ago you decided to avoid a certain part of you. And so those parts of you, it's like, you can imagine like this denial wall or an avoidance wall, and then, you know, there's a little mini you on the other side of the wall. And so most of you is on one side of the wall, but then part of you is on this other side of the wall. So it's a part of your energy that you just, you know, through conscious avoidance, subconscious avoidance, or denial, you just walled off, right? And so since it's walled off, you're not acknowledging it even subconsciously, you're not healing that part of you. So that part of you is kind of stuck and frozen in time, you know, and generally that part of you is one of the parts that needs the most healing. So we're going to especially find the ones, that need the most healing, of course, but then also the ones that, you know, if you healed those, it would really help you to have your positive change in the near future, you know, not just like someday, 40 years from now. So that's that. We're going to heal walled off parts of you to help you in general, and also with positive change. So I was explaining, so let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so just imagine whatever walls of denial or walls of avoidance that you have that are healthy and gentle to get rid of, and imagine those little parts of you on the other side of those walls, and heal those parts of you first, because those parts of you are probably really uncomfortable, like really angry, really sad, really like in shock, whatever. You know, they're kind of frozen in time from some really not nice day that happened for you, right? So you don't have to feel what those parts you're going through, but just, you know, so you leave the walls in place for now, you know, but just heal those parts of you with gold light. You can bring up red earth energy and gold light. You can try orange earth energy and yellow earth energy. Lots of gold light. Just be like, it's okay, it's okay. Say, angels, can you heal these parts of me that I've walled off? And then now that your angels and you have healed those parts of you, it's okay to melt the walls. And again, these are the walls that it's healthy and gentle to work on right now. So you can go ahead and say, angels, is it okay to melt all these walls? So then, you know, any that are still there, the answer would be yes. And just melt these walls of denial or avoidance. So with the walls gone, if they're not gone, you can say, angels, can you help me with these? And then with the walls gone and those parts of you healed, those parts of you should start to sort of dissolve and pixelate, and then you get back the energy. So it's no longer separate and sort of hurt. It's just a part of your present time, functional, healthy, flowing energy. So go ahead and make sure you didn't forget one or two of those parts, because you don't want any of that. You know, you don't want to feel any of that junky stuff. You want to just resolve, heal those little parts of you so they don't feel bad anymore. And deep breath. Breathe into all your major joints, all your limbs. All right, great job. So obviously you can do more of that, but you know, sometimes it's like even just that quick little time was enough, and then you could do more tomorrow or the next day, or, you know, bit by bit. All right, and if you think you may not use this video, you may not work on it ever again consciously, you can still say, I'm going to let my angels help me with this so that I can heal as much as I need to. So that way in your sleep or when you're awake subconsciously, your angels can keep helping you with it, and you'll let them help you with it. Because obviously your angels want to keep helping you, but you know, sometimes people are like, okay, I'm done, never mind, you know, and they accidentally subconsciously block off further work with their angels. So you don't want to do that. Like, for example, actually, I'm going to do an aside. Okay, so there can be times when you feel like you can't heal yourself. Like a common holiday example that somebody mentioned, I think in an email to me the other day was, oh, I've had a house full of guests for the last week or whatever, you know, throughout the holidays. So next week I'll do this video or something that, you know, I suggested. Or, you know, I'm at work right now, so I can't really deal with that, you know, and obviously, consciously, that could be the case. You know, you could literally be, you know, in a meeting with somebody and you can't, you know, like think, okay, cast boundary wall, you know, shoulder points while you're trying to explain something to your boss or your coworker, right? But you can just let your angels help you on a subconscious level. You can have that intention that throughout the day, you're going to allow your angels to help and guide you and heal you and teach you, you know, the whole deal. Like, I'm fully open to divine assistance, you know, angel help, right? I'm fully open to angel help throughout today, you know, and I think that's especially important at those times when you feel like, oh, I can't spare a single brain cell, Janet, you don't understand. You know, that's typically when you most need the healing, when you most need to let your angels, you know, work it out with you, right, subconsciously. So, you know, you have a vast subconscious. So even if you do have a house full of guests or, you know, you're in a meeting work-wise or whatever, there's a ton of your subconscious that is not going to be used in that activity. And your angels are really smart and they know what is not too much and what will just enhance your experience at that moment. You know, so rather than being like, boom, too busy, you know, you're accidentally blocking your angels from enhancing your day and building in more self-healing subconsciously, you know, just kind of remind yourself, I'm going to let my angels, you know, help me make this day more gentle. You know, I'm going to let my angels help me with my self-healing today. You know, because people sometimes get really hung up on like, well, I don't have time for one of Janet's videos or something, you know, but your angels can be extremely subtle. They can work with you just subconsciously. So, you know, that's a big opportunity that you have in every minute of every day. So if that makes sense. So I do have this 4-minute video called Melt Your Wall, and we're going to do that technique right now from that video, Melt Your Wall, whereas you imagine a wall that is any of your resistance or blocks between you and your angels, that is you going like, no, angels, I'm too busy to get your help today. I'm too busy to get your protection, or, you know, just, and a lot of times it's very accidental, you know, it's just a bunch of baggage, but that's what it ends up being. It makes a wall between you and your angels. So if you have any wall that's blocking your angels from helping you, And we're not talking rando beings. We're talking about your angels, which are completely altruistic. They are appointed to you, special. They're matched to you. I mean, they're like the best of the best for you. So anyway, if you have any wall baggage that's accidentally blocking you from receiving angel help and cooperating with your angels as they heal you throughout the day, go ahead and melt that wall of baggage that's in the way, that's accidentally blocking you from getting as much angel help as possible. Right? The angels are always very respectful. They stay out of your space. They're not in your aura. They're not in your grounding. They're not courting you. But that's how come too, like accidentally you can block them because they're not going to force anything on you, right? So again, if you have a wall of any baggage that blocks you from getting as much angel help as possible, much angel healing, angel guidance, angel advice, all that good stuff. So imagine that wall of baggage that could be blocking you from getting angel help and just melt it away with gold light. And then just a bunch of deep breaths. All right, good job, good job, good job. So let's do a little, what do I want? Oh, there's a different confetti, yeah, that's right, that's what I want. Yay! That one's so cute, it actually looks like metallic gold, I love that one. One more time. Yay! So good job with Melt Your Wall. Usually gold confetti is more appropriate for that one because angels tend to heal with gold light while you're in the lifetime. All right, excellent. Okay, so change my little message banner here. So first we'll just do melting chords in general. So you could be courting other people, and chances are you are, even though, your whole life is about not courting and being respectful, blah, 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 you're not perfect, and, there are little tiny places that you're stuck or whatever, so likelihood is you're courting some people, so it's just, if you overtly melt them, that's better for you. It's better for them. So we'll do that, and then of course we'll melt chords that are going to you. And we'll just do this for general effectiveness, and then we'll also hunt for ones that are in the way of your positive change. But first we'll just do any. So just imagine like a blob for you, or like a little mini you. It doesn't have to be detailed. And then, you see your auras and your groundings, and then anybody else, you can just, they're sort of over there somewhere. You don't have to imagine them. We're not doing a group healing of those people. That would not be recommended for a regular person like yourself. Even if you're a pro healer, a lot of pro healers, they just do one-on-one healing because that's way safer, way less risk. But anyway, so don't worry about the people that are courting you. Just see or imagine the chords that are leaving their space going to you, or leaving your space going to them. So whoever started it, Don't get so caught up on that. Just see all the lines of light near the cords. And go ahead and melt them all. The only ones that you keep is if you have young kids that are like 13 years or younger, you could keep the one cord going from your first chakra to their first chakra. Tends to be physical body first to their physical body first. But even if you have pets, I wouldn't suggest a cord to your pet because your big human body is probably going to overwhelm their little first chakra. So just again, imagine you, and then everybody in the world is over somewhere away, and just see the lines of light, if there are any, which there will be between you and them, and just go ahead and melt those cords with gold light. So you're not sending gold light to the people, you're just melting the cords in between you and them. This helps you move forward, this helps them move forward. And you don't have to explain anything to them, because we've talked in the past about that. Like, if you like get preachy and talk to people about being invasive and how they shouldn't and all that, when they're really not open to that information, then they could whack you for like 3 days straight, you know. And if you just be quiet and just melted the cords and gone about your business, they would just ignore you then, which was better. So again, all the cords just melt away with lots of gold light. And use lots of gold light on your end within your auras too, because you want to melt away anywhere that they were anchored, the cords were anchored into, any clogs in your space. And there could be also clogs in your space that cause you to be invasive, you know, that cause you to feel fear or nervousness or have control issues on some level. So definitely wash lots of gold light through your own space and unblock and melt away any baggage giving you control issues or invasiveness. And just keep melting cords within your space. All right, so that's in general, melting cords. So then this is similar, but it's to specifically help you with positive change. So imagine, again, a little mini you or a blob for yourself, whatever, and then everyone else in the world over at a distance. And hopefully there are a lot less cords now between you and everybody else. But there could be still some left that are helping gentle to get rid of, that especially if you melt them, they'll really help you to finally manifest the positive change that you've been craving, or, you know, that sort of positive surprise level of positive change. So notice those cords and melt those, and melt the clogs within your space that they're anchored into. And that's, I mean, it's kind of funny to think of being courted by somebody as a positive, but sometimes it really is, because they're courting something that's so deep and buried that you had like, you maybe had like accidentally avoided it for like 3 lifetimes, but like this person you know is like, and so you just follow that cord and then you see the claw, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you can melt that. And you can say, you know, angels, help me to do this in a healthy and gentle way. So that way, if your mom or somebody is courting something that you're not ready to clear, like it's just so nasty, it's not even, you know, a good size to deal with today, then your angels can kind of whisk away that baggage and, you know, put it in angel storage for you. So you can say, you know, as you're melting the cords and melting the clogs within your space that people are courting, you say, angels, can you please help me to do this in a healthy and gentle way? So again, imagine yourself, well, let's do a deep breath. And come through your aura, in front and back, like in front of your belly and behind your lower back. And your auras, especially close up to your body, just make sure they're not too cramped and blocked out. Just all around your body, lots of gold light. And your groundings, unblock both your groundings all the way down to the core of the earth, just melt away in blocks. So again, imagine a blob for yourself, blobs for everybody else. Don't touch them. Just imagine any cords going from you to them or them to you, doesn't matter. And specifically the cords that are healthy and gentle to get rid of right now and would really help you with positive change if you got rid of them. And then just notice the blobs they're anchored into in your space, and notice the cords. And just melt the blobs and melt the cords. And a couple deep breaths, breathe into every cell in your body. And this is, of course, related to that. Just if you have any leftover bigger energy blocks that are uncomfortable for you right now, they're still triggered, just stack. I call these too big blocks. They're just too big, they haven't already cleared. Just stack them out in front of you, your two big blocks, and bring up red earth energy, soak them on red earth energy. Say, angels, is it okay to clear all these right now? Is it healthy and gentle to clear all these right now? If not, they'll remove a bunch. So that means whatever's left over is healthy and gentle to clear, and just keep using gold light, melt away cords going into them. And just melt the stack of blocks. Use so much gold light that they become like lots of little blocks that then melt away. Or you can blow them up too. So again, if you have any more too big blocks that are triggered, that are really healthy and gentle to get rid of right now, just stack them out in front of you. Bring up red earth energy, so put in that. See, angels, is it healthy and gentle to clear all these right now? And if not, they'll get rid of a bunch for you. And then just any that are left over in front of you, just melt them away with gold light. Melt cords going into them. If you have any left over that haven't cleared, you can say, egos, can you help me with these? And just keep taking some deep breaths. Into your fingers, into your toes, into your spine. So this is just two things that I want to do at the same time that are complementary. There we go. Okay, so go ahead and heal. Imagine a copy out in front of you of your skull and your spine, all the vertebrae, bones, and little discs in between the vertebral bones. and then your sacrum at the bottom there. This is a close-up of your hips and your sacrum, which is kind of cool too. Let's see, where's that one? There we go. So, right there in the center back of your hips, those ilium bones, that's either side of your hips, is that awesome, those awesome big bones, your ilium bones, and then in the middle there, that's your sacrum, which is a bunch of vertebrae that fuse together at a certain age, I think in your 20s. I have to look that up again, what it is. Your sacrum bone is really cool energy-wise. Like you can get a lot of rigid baggage stuck in there, or you can have really good flow there. The better and better flow you have in your sacrum, it helps everything. Helps your spine, helps your first chakra. So non-resistance, I'm working at the same time. So if I feel like there's a block somewhere along your spine, and then you just sort of notice where that is and just relax and use enough gold light so that energy block melts away. So then it's like energy can now flow back up and down your spine naturally. You just don't want any limits to the flow. So again, you also go up and down the vertebrae, just trace the energy flow there and see what needs to be done. I'm working the cervical vertebrae there of the neck, right into the skull. This all seems very tight. You can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings messing with my cervical vertebrae or that whole area, can you please protect over them? You can unblock the back of your fifth chakra, the back of all your chakras really, 6 through 1. The back, so the chakras, is back there, and so it would sort of relate it to if your spine is blocked up. So unblock the back of 6 through 1, chakra 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, spine. And you don't want the energy to just go down to the sacrum and then stop there. It should be able to flow through the sacroiliac joints to the ilium bones, like in this diagram, and then through the hip joints to the, I think that's the femur, that big leg bone in your thigh, and then your knee joints, and then your 2 bones in your lower leg, those big 2 bones, and then your ankle bones, your feet bones. You have so many little cool bones in your feet. That's what I need, a diagram of the foot. That would be fun. I mean, I have one, just not loaded into my little live stream. I'll have to get that foot diagram. Anyway, so you want that flow for your non-resistance. Non-resistance and flow is kind of like the same thing. So also, non-resistance, you know, think of, you can line up any energy blocks out in front of you that cause you to be in resistance. And so it could be literal blocks in a part of your spine, or, you know, your ilium bones or something, or it could be just in a chakra somewhere. So you don't have to really know where it is, but just for any blocks that are really healthy, gentle to get rid of right now that are causing you to be in resistance. And just imagine those blocks. The angels is okay to clear all these right now. That way they'll remove it if it's too much, and just let the cold light melt these blocks that cause you to be in resistance. Again, put any energy blocks out in front of you that cause you to be in resistance, either in general or resisting positive change, or resisting change in general. So just put those blocks out in front of you that cause you to resist change, cause you to resist positive change or any change. And say, angels, is it okay to clear all these? And go ahead and just melt them away with lots of gold light. And you can go ahead and check out your spine again, and your hips, your ilium bones, your sacroiliac joints, your sacrum bone, your femur, your hip joints, and your knee joints, your ankles, your feet bones, and just check out, you know, how is the flow any different after you've, you know, overtly melted those resistance blocks. Just take a few deep breaths and allow your astral body to fit in as fully as possible to your physical body. You can give your astral body a quick healing along those same areas, because you could have blocks in your astral body that's making it harder for you to fit in to your physical body in those areas. So your astral body along the spine area, just unblock there to the extent it's healthy and gentle. Your astral body around the skull area, melt any blocks that are good to get rid of right now. Your sacrum at the base of your spine, that area of your astral body, just melt any blocks that are good to get rid of. Hips, legs, knees, ankles, feet of your astral body. Unblock to the extent it's healthy and gentle. Just take some deep breaths. And just let your astral body rest within your physical body. Let your physical body rest and have that flow. And as we wrap up, I'm just going to do, I think, one more thing. So I usually abbreviate it MW in my notes, manifestation wings. So your manifestation wings are behind you. When they're fully healed, they look like big gold angel wings behind you. And they're part of you as a spirit, and they generate lots of gold light when they're functioning properly. So you can just imagine, they could be all black and crumpled up, you know, you're behind you, in your back, but just heal them enough so that they, right in your upper back area, there's a part where the starter energy, I call it, flows from your shoulders into your manifestation wings, and that sort of gets them going. and then they generate a ton of gold light all by themselves in manifestation rings. So I mentioned this briefly in the intro. This, along with your creative rings, is like your gold light source that you can generate so much. Also, your Wei Chi auras generate gold light, but I don't think we're going to work on that right now. Maybe, you know, the gold mesh spheres within the Wei Chi auras, they generate gold light too, but we could do that in another healing maybe if it's needed. But, so I'm just healing and repairing the manifestation wings. You just imagine a copy of them out in front of you. So here's where the starter energy goes, and then goes into the wings, and then they just sort of spread out, and they get pretty long when they're fully functional. And you can have junk in them, so you can just melt away the junk. Like lots of gold light. To the extent that's healthy, gentle to do right now. So just imagining junk kind of caked on either side of your manifestation wings. You just burn it off with gold light. Any blocks in that area where you're supposed to get starter energy, just burn off the blocks, you can get enough starter energy. And also behind the wings, you can get build up right here in the center, kind of pressing in. So if you have any of that, just melt it away with gold light. Yeah, and you can keep unburdening, any blocks like back here, pressing against the manifestation wings. Just keep melting that stuff. You kind of just want to feel like, your flow can flow. Like, woo! So just comb through those manifestation wings and unblock the flow. They flow like down each wing too, so it can be blocks within each wing. So just imagine those and melt those. And like I said with other things, if you feel like, you're not letting your angels help you enough with this, just be like, hey, I need to let my angels help me with this. Yeah. Life doesn't have to be so hard. I need to let my angels help me to sort of upgrade my personal power. Couple deep breaths. Just feel the gold light be generated by your creative rings above your head and your manifestation rings behind you. Deep breaths. Unblock your grounding. All right. So we're pretty much wrapping up. I'm just gonna check everything. Going through gold light, all your 17 auras. Check your chakra alignment again. Creative rings, chakras, 765, 51. Your spinal flow, your sacrum, your hips, your legs, your feet. The back of your aura, we didn't talk about that too much. Come through the back of all your auras. Should be flowing whole. And the back of your surroundings. If you do your gold buffer zones, there'll be a new 2-minute video below about what gold buffer zones are. So you can say, angels, can you please help me to wrap up this healing? And again, you can remind yourself, if you feel you want to, I'm going to let my angels help me with my positive change. And take a couple deep breaths as you think about, that your angels can help you. All right. You're amazing. Great job. Woo! You did it. That's your healing. That is too funny. I'm such a kid. All right, so so I'll just scan through some comments. If you have any comments about the healing, what it was like for you, how you feel now after the healing, you have any follow-up questions about the topic, the theme of the healing, or something I mentioned during the healing. Of course, you can always comment later under the video. And also, I'll be sending out a post-healing survey to everyone that I healed by late tonight, so that you can fill it out tomorrow on Saturday, please. Just take a minute to do that. Okay, so any comments I missed? The kids were not too loud, perfect, haha. Just a good cheer and a pretty pick face. Tuning in late from Ireland. Muckamore, Ireland. So glad you are tuning me today. I feel rough. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better now. Let's see. Hi, Janet. Tuning in from Chicago. Hello. How would you visualize the blasts of energy / wax? I don't know. You could visualize them like frozen blasts of air, like freeze them, so then maybe they're easy to visualize. And then just pop them. So this is after melting hard objects that are on their way to my aura or chakras. Can we also melt the cords from people that are on the way to me? Yes. So yeah, cords. We did a cord section after you said that. So the short videos were nice, reminded me of the good old days. Yeah. We used to do a lot of short things. I used to spend like an extra day and a half each week doing short videos. It was really killing me. Because I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to video editing. It's not really helping. So that's why the new way I'll be doing it, I'll just be doing a short live stream. 11 minutes, bam, I'm done, there it is. That's the video. But good, I'm glad you like it. I love the confetti. Oh good, me too. And Janet, could it be there is something off with your microphone? It's like I hear you double. Oh no. The background fuzz is louder than usual. I wonder if it's that little video that it shouldn't be playing sound in the background. But I wonder if that waterfall, like now that I've turned off that waterfall, I don't know if there's less background sound that you hear. Because my laptop does have a considerable fan. But you could tell me now if the background whirring sound is less or the same. Now that I turned off the waterfall video. But it should be off already, but, learning these things. But the double I hope that's very subtle, double, and I hope it's just you. But you can let me know other people if there's, oh shit, other people's, sorry. Let me see. I know one time someone heard double because my wireless headphones were connected to the laptop and they were on. But right now they're not on. So that shouldn't be an issue. I mean, this is probably silly paranoia, but I'll turn off my cell phone. Maybe that'll, I don't know that that would have an effect. So I just turned off my cell phone. I don't know if that affects it. Probably doesn't. I might have to buy a separate microphone. It could be that the microphone through the webcam is shoddy. That could be. You could try the microphone just through the computer, I think. This one is default, whatever that is. So maybe just switching the audio to default, maybe that fixed it. I don't know. Let me know if that changed the echo effect at all. Okay, but thanks for your feedback on that. Someone says, I also hear the echo. Thank you so much for the post-holiday cleanup. Oh, for today, yeah. You're welcome, yeah. Definitely feeling more present. Oh, good. So it says, thank you, Janet. Loved the manifestation wing work and spine stuff. I had been feeling really run down post-holidays, but now I feel great, excited to work this more. Oh, good. Someone says, I don't have a good sense of how to discern how blocked my sacrum bone might be. Any tips for intuiting that? And then you said, wasn't part of the healing today, but still like to tune in and learn new techniques, of course. But it's good that you mentioned that for context. Your sacrum bone's pretty blocked. I mean, it's like, if you go down your spine, it's like up by your shoulders, I think because of today. Before, like your whole spine was sort of evenly blocked, maybe a little more down by your lower back and your sacrum. Like maybe twice as much down by your lower back and sacrum. But then today, it looks like you did some of that shoulder stuff that we did. So your upper spine looks pretty flowy. But then like from like third chakra on down, it like gets more and more like, it's sort of like a big rope that's sort of like twisted and tight and dry. It's like, if you imagine like your mom's spine and the flow in her spine, that might help you, because sometimes it's easier to see in other people that you know, like, oh God, yeah, whoa. You know, or like, you can say, angels, please help me with boundaries, so that I'm imagining in a respectful way, you know, but you can imagine, imagine maybe a time in your life where you had better flow. That's probably safer. So like, you know, if you did a yoga class or something and you felt like $1 million, or, you know, when you were a certain age, you felt like, you know, like before marriage or something, if your marriage was kind of heavy, you know, before you met your ex, you know, how was your spinal flow then? You know, how was your spinal flow when you were like 1 year old, you know, and you can compare that to now. You know, maybe that'll kind of help you to imagine it a little better. So I hope that helps. Someone says, my shoulder joints and neck popped and released tension during the healing. Well, that's kind of fun. That's interesting. Someone says, I loved clearing wax that were headed towards me. Yeah, it is kind of fun. It's very like sci-fi. Thank you so much. I felt like I was able to see them and freeze the missiles. Yeah. It is fun. It's like, it's actually pretty easy. You know, it's like, why do you wait till they get to you? You know, like, because you can imagine them on the way and you're like, whoosh, and then, oh, they're gone. It's like you just explode some little frosty like, you know, dry ice or something, or like, you know, like the little frost in an old freezer. You know how an old freezer can get all frosty, and you know, or like just imagine like snow, you know, little, you know, not really hard but sort of semi, you know, chunks of snow, and just go. You're gone. Someone says it's interesting how I was guided to do spine plus inner wall plus inner self healing just a couple days before this healing. See, angels know the contents of the healing before I do even. Other than mild headache, I feel like I'm resting on a cloud. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, for mild headache, I would redo, well, we didn't do it at this healing, but I would do like, you know, GV is a little tight, but then like UB, you know, the yellow one, and the yellow in the diagram, and then the GB, just do your head points a little bit. And, you know, you don't have to know what they are exactly. I mean, you could freeze frame on this diagram, but you could also just, you know, use so much gold light that they kind of uncrumple and repair themselves and unblock, and that any hard objects stuck in them kind of melt away. And so yeah, a little extra on head meridians would be good to finish up that headache cleaning. So you fixed the echo with the default. Ooh, default fixed it. See, you guys are like my technical assistants. Thank you so much. So, okay, so default audio is the secret. We discovered the secret of life. Default audio. All right. I'm so excited. Gosh, that echo is so weird because it's like I don't hear it because I'm not listening to myself, and so, oh, how exciting. How exciting. Thank you for the tips about visualizing spinal flow. I will work on that dry ass knotted rope. Yep. Alrighty. Well, this has been fun for me. I hope it was at least as fun for you as it was for me. So the second healing is in 2 days on Sunday. The third healing is 2 days after that on Tuesday. Oh, how exciting. What a nice way to start off the year. Because, you know, it's funny because, you know, positive change, I want positive change in January and throughout the year, and I think a lot of people do. But it's like, at least in the U.S. culture, I know, and not, so it could be different in some cultures, but people get really invasive and kind of stressed out in the winter and winter holidays, and so there's a lot of whacking and like destruction to people's energy field, and it's like that's not really a good. It's hard to then even feel competent, much less, you know, be at the level where you're going to manifest positive change. So hopefully that's why today, you know, I did like a sped up 4 essentials, and I did CBW, and, you know, we did CBW for conscious mind and subconscious mind. It's like, okay, boundaries, repair, you know, just to like unholiday your energy field. Get it, nice. Of course, you know, ideally, and you can't just make the world gentle though around the holidays. You can make your boundaries stronger and stronger and stronger so that your experience of the holidays is more gentle, but it's still, a lot of people get pretty aggressive subconsciously around the holidays. It's kind of nuts. Oh, all right, cool. Well, good. Yay for energy healing. We'll do the kids now that I know they're not too harsh. Great job, everybody. You're amazing. Double great job. I did that by accident. All right, and then we'll do a little gold confetti too, just because I can't not do it. I think that's so cute. All right, guys, you are so amazing. I'll show my dogs. We actually had some dog drama last night, but I think it's resolved early this morning. I mean, throughout the morning. Thank goodness for energy healing, man, because I did not get good sleep. Did not get really much sleep. Our dog Izzy, the one with the long nose that I'm about to show you, he had some medical dramas. We almost took him to emergency, but there was no room at the vet emergency place, and then we managed to get him stable, so it worked out. And now he's sleeping comfortably, so thank goodness. And then there's Abel, who has the cone on. He had a little allergy flare-up about a week, Christmas Day. He started having an allergy flare-up, so we had to change his food, and he's still kind of getting over that. So he's wearing the cone, but he's pretty okay. He just has to wear the cone now. We're gonna try to buy him a hat so that the top of his head is protected, so that sometimes he can alternate between having the cone on and having a hat on. We'll see if that works. But if it does, you know I'm going to show you the hat. All right, well, bye. This was fun. Good for you for healing yourself. You're so amazing. Woo-woo. Happy New Year.